Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Under the Influence podcast
Yes, sir. Episode 102.
102 for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As always, I'm Big
And
Cass,
I'm that guy PM.
and we are here for another one.
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing all right.
Can't complain either. I'm just here. We here. We
Yeah, I
gonna get it
woke up.
done.
I woke up. That's
So
all.
yeah, that's all that matters.
That matters.
That's all that matters. All right, we should
Yeah, we know we got some RIPs
Couple.
this week. Yeah,
rest in peace, Jim Brown,
Jim Brown and
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
I'm assuming that I know they said Tina Turner died at her home in Switzerland from illness she's been dealing with for a while. They didn't say what
Okay.
illness. They just said a long-term illness.
Natural causes, then, basically.
She was 83, so
83.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get what happened with old Jim.
He was what?
He's older than old Jim.
He was 83 too?
I don't know.
Oh, I know he's in his 80s.
Yeah, he was. So yeah, I mean, at that point in time, bro, like, I consider that natural causes.
Yeah.
Unless somebody randomly attacked the old man or some shit.
People, shit.
How old was that nigga? Said natural causes. He was 87. He died at his home in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Just got old.
Hey, it happened.
That's. Listen, I'm never mad when we giving RIPs to people that live full lives,
Yeah.
because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to live and live a
Live.
good one, and then check out somewhere around the 80 to 100, somewhere in that
80 to
realm.
100, yeah. I mean, it's even not. You can't even bat an eye in the 60s.
60, 70, but sometimes today's day and age, 60 still seems a little too young for me.
Yeah, it does.
But 70s, like I understand. In the 80s, like my man that just died, the Roderick, nigga, he was like 63. He was in good health, good shape, and then just checked out. The nigga from The Wire,
Yeah. And then Jerry Springer.
and then Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the new rendition of White Men Can't Jump.
I would not watch that.
It's very stupid, but the only reason I didn't say anything about it is because Buddy was in it. The nigga from The Wire that just died.
Oh, okay.
He was in it. It must have been his last thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I don't think it's going to get me to watch it.
No, don't watch it. I watched it just to, you ever turn something on to be disappointed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it took me like 4 days to do it. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and watch this bullshit. And they didn't disappoint my,
That's the reason I didn't do
they
it.
didn't disappoint what I thought was going to happen. I was right on the money.
I watched
Straight nonsense.
I watched a B movie called Unhuman,
Mm-mm.
and it probably was better than that.
I did the same thing with How High 2. I
No.
watched it just to see how stupid it was, and it was terrible.
I couldn't do it. That's the one with DC Young Fly, right?
Then DC Young Fly and Lil Yachty, I think it was.
Yeah, Lil Yachty. I forgot he was in it.
Then I watched the new House Party.
I was about to ask about that. I know you did.
Trash.
I intended it to be
Trash.
trash.
but I went into it knowing it was gonna be
Trash as it was.
yeah. I won't put Coming to America 2 into that category.
Nah, I mean that was COVID time, so
Yeah, that I wish they would have, and I understand they had probably spent so much money they didn't want to keep holding the money up.
holding the money and then half of the people in there, they didn't
Yeah.
know if they was gonna
Yeah.
still be around. So
Because I'm what they was able to do with only two different locations in that movie. I'm pretty sure if they was like really able to do what they wanted to do, that would have came out a lot better.
it would have. I think it would have.
I think they was actually gonna go do some shit in Africa. The New York scenes was supposed to be in New York.
Right.
They shot that whole goddamn movie in Atlanta.
Yeah. It looked the same almost.
They shot
Yeah, Rick Ross was
majority
right?
of it was at Rick Ross' house. Then some of the scenes was at like Tyler Perry's studio, like the New York scene, and
Oh, okay.
they was at Tyler Perry's studio. Them niggas did not leave Atlanta.
That's dope. But shit, they got creative for that one,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
I only watched it once, though.
I did too. I will never watch it again. I never watched that shit again. But it made a lot of money. It did what it was supposed to do.
Tell you what, I won't watch again either.
What's that?
That fucking 65.
What's that?
The one where we were talking about humans being aliens coming to Earth.
I ain't seen that.
And
It's a show or a movie?
no, it's a movie with Adam Driver.
No, I saw the thing for it. Is it terrible?
I ain't gonna say it's the equivalent of what's that Will Smith movie with him and his son?
After Earth.
That it's kind of equivalent to that.
Yeah, I watched that. I never watched that shit again either.
You know what I'm saying? They come here, dinosaurs are here. They made the trailer look like they were gonna be.
Because remember, I called you about the trailer for that movie.
Yeah,
Because
we
the
were
night
talking about
prior
that.
to it coming out, we had just had a conversation that seemed like that's where they were going on the
Yeah.
pod. And I hit you like, bro, you ain't gonna believe this shit. Like, look at this trailer.
Yeah.
Not good, huh?
I mean, it's a watch. It ain't bad, but it's kind of like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It wasn't what they.
Did build it to be.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
When you give me a whole. The point of the fucking trailer is so I kind of know what I'm going into.
Exactly.
Don't goddamn it make it completely different from the trailer, nigga. That's weird.
It was weird as fuck. I mean, it had some good action scenes, but it was kind of like, this is dumb. Dumb as fuck.
All right. Well, that's enough shitty movie talk and dead people. New York is sinking.
In the ground? Good.
Sinking. They're
Needs to be washed away.
yeah. They're fucking themselves over. New York is sinking due to the weight of its heavy skyscrapers. The buildings weigh around 842 million tons, which is forcing the island, because you know it's basically it's a
Yeah.
island, which is forcing the island to sink at a rate of about 1 to 2 millimeters per year. Certain parts of Lower Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island are sinking at a faster rate of right around 2.75 millimeters each year.
Damn.
And they constantly just steadily building new shit. That motherfucker gone. I guess this is probably the equivalent of them saying that California's gonna break off into the ocean all my
Right.
entire life.
I mean, yeah. But it's already happening in Africa.
Yeah, I know.
So Eastern Africa is breaking off, and they anticipate within 1,000 years that there will be a new coast along in Africa.
You know, I don't remember I can't quote me on what I'm about to say, like exact details, but I remember they were saying like the way that the land masses and shit were set up, how like how shit would have looked millions of years ago, like how certain parts of the countries broke off and how the
Pangea.
water got there, and
Yeah.
and you know what would have been connected more
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I'm saying, if that shit hadn't happened.
But yeah, they going through it over there because that shit's just splitting apart, and they trying to keep ways of getting across.
Mm.
And that shit's deep. It's deep as fuck.
Shit, they got better build some bridges or get some boats.
Yeah. They said it's just moving apart slowly and slowly.
I tell you what, that's why I will not leave the Midwest. As much as, you know,
It's a big landmass.
that's what I'm saying.
It's a big
Like,
landmass.
a lot of this shit that, you know, I'm originally from California. I'm
Right.
not going back, bro. Motherfucking mudslides and earthquakes and fucking fires all in the hills and water shortages and all that shit. Man, I'll go visit. I'm not going back. Then you know I got my in-laws and shit, got a crib in
Right.
Florida. My sister used to live down there. I'll be talking to them during typhoon season and hurricane season. And niggas
I don't wanna deal with
putting
that shit.
metal shutters over their windows and all that shit.
Man, you hear about the shit that's going on there
What?
in Florida?
Uh-uh.
So this motherfucker DeSantis he's about to pass a bill where undocumented immigrants aren't allowed at all.
Jesus Christ.
So all the immigrants that are there stop doing work.
I saw a nigga put one of the, I don't know if he was an immigrant or if he was the head of like a construction thing.
Yeah.
But they was like in the process of building like a whole community.
Yeah.
And the nigga took the video and there was nobody doing any work.
Nobody
and
doing work.
And he was like, well, y'all got what y'all wanted since they're taking all your jobs.
Yeah.
He said, we need somebody to come and actually do the work then. Because I don't think y'all understand. But I said, bro, I said this. And now he's seeing it.
Yeah.
But if you go pods back when we were talking about the orange man, talking about Trump and all his bullshit,
Yeah.
and I had said on one of them pods that the economy can't survive without immigrant workers, bro. This country is built on immigrants, minorities,
And
slavery, but I'm just talking about the of course built on slavery, but I'm just talking about the work that no one wants to do.
Yeah.
It's essential work. It's work that must be done.
It must be done, but nobody wants to pay, so they get over by paying these immigrants.
Yeah.
And which is, you know what I'm saying, not a bad thing, but at the same time,
Well, it is a bad thing, especially when y'all are yelling about people that are taking your jobs.
Well, yeah.
Because no one's took your job because you wouldn't do it for this pay.
Well, I was saying it's not a bad thing because somebody is actually doing it.
Oh, yeah. No.
But now, nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
So you got fruit crops, you got vegetable crops that are just sitting there spoiling because there's nobody to pick them now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got and these motherfuckers stick together. So
Yeah.
if one leaves, they all leave. So they're talking about 50,000, but they're estimating up to about 200 and something thousand actually leaving Florida, and probably more than that.
You know, and who y'all gonna have go to work? See, that's the thing.
And this motherfucker wants to run for president.
That's the thing. See, that's the thing. That's why, like, cause I ain't no super political ass nigga. But one thing that I know about, like, the Republicans, cause he's a Republican, right? I believe so. One thing I know about them is, bro, it's like anybody else who is in a position of a higher position or got some money or something. They tend to look at the world without even considering the lower end of it.
Yeah. They only see what they see from the level that they're on.
Yeah, and there's a whole nother thing happening over here. And when motherfuckers get to, that's why I don't be mad about strikes and none of that shit, bro. We're going through the writer's strike right now. Some of my favorite TV shows is about to be trash. But pay them people. What the fuck they?
Shit, just like with Uber.
Yeah, y'all with the writer shit, y'all network cannot move without these niggas.
Exactly. So in what is that, Minnesota, they just got a bill passed for Uber, stating that the rides are the lowest minimum fare for a driver to make is $5 on a ride. Then they was going to get $1.35 per mile and 34 cents per minute. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like a good deal. Well, that got passed on Sunday, and then today, the motherfucking the governor vetoed it, and so they're anticipating because Uber's threatening to leave Minnesota by either August 1st or something
because
like that.
They got to pay people.
Because they got to pay people, which is a fair exchange. But you want this company to run, but you don't want to pay nobody. So we're just supposed to drive our cars into the ground. But
yeah, I think, and I know some people would. I don't think it should be an exorbitant amount of money because I know some people would use it the wrong way.
Right.
But I think, like how they do waitresses, I think you should make a base rate an hour for being when you're active.
Right.
Moving around, even if it's not a bunch of money.
Right.
Just so if I go out today and it's damn near a wash, I still get something.
Exactly. Cause I put my gas in this motherfucker.
Yeah. That's like you think about a waitress. A waitress makes her money in tips.
Right.
But the job still might pay her $2-3 an hour. Mm-hmm. So even if the night was a bust, I still made some money. I was probably able to get something to eat and put some gas in my car.
Right.
Because if I just go to this motherfucker and don't nobody come in and tip nothing, I've been here for 8 hours and ain't made shit.
Ain't made nothing.
And I feel the same way about Because they've kept refusing me for all those driving jobs because of my record. I've tried them
Understood.
all, but I know a lot of it is not wasted time, but moving from one place to another, picking up people
Yeah,
and hoping for a hit and this and
yeah,
that. So I feel like if you're on the app and you're actually moving around, I think they should have some type of way to track if you're not just sitting home with it on, passing
right,
up rides.
right.
But if you're on the app and actually moving around, man, you should get
And they get mad at you when you don't take a ride that you don't want to do.
yeah.
But that's my thing. Don't call me a self contractor.
If I can't
If
self contract,
yeah, you treat me like an
yeah, I'm an
employee now.
employee. Yeah, I'm not a self contractor.
I'm not an employee. I'm a self contractor. But
And if I'm an employee, then we need to talk about benefits and all types of shit.
exactly. But they don't want to do that. They
Yeah.
want their cake and eat it too.
And yeah, that's wrong. Because
It's all the way wrong.
I'm not a self contractor. If I'm a self contractor, I can say yes or no to whatever the fuck I feel like saying to on here.
Hell yeah.
And you shouldn't be able to chastise me for not being able for saying no. And I'm more inclined to say yes to shit if I'm actually
Making money.
making $455 an hour guaranteed on
Yeah.
top of whatever else I'm doing.
And shit on. And then another thing that they can do is track the number of riders on the ride. If you got one main rider, you charge that one main rider. If it's
Yep.
extra people, charge them $1.50 or something, and have all that shit go towards the driver, because that's their gas.
Yeah.
That's their weight on the car.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're only paying for one person. You know what I mean? Essentially, you know.
Yeah.
But then you get there and there's 4 or 5 other motherfuckers, and it's like, yo, why can't they pay a little bit extra?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can all chip in $1.50 together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, and that's the way that you could slow. Oh damn, that's the way that you could
Crucial.
just start paying your drivers more
Yep.
and getting them to go out and do, because you'll be looking for that now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, this got 4 people on it. Cool. I'm about to make this much money on this ride. But they too greedy, man. That's
know.
when that corporate shit steps in.
Yep. I know. I be trying to explain that shit to my kids, like So we've had the conversations about it before, but like I do a lot of door dashing and shit. If we all seen on the pod, food be getting dropped off in the middle of the pod and shit. I do a lot of door dashing, but when I do my door dashing and shit, I always tip more than they suggest.
Right.
Because I know this is a game where people move a lot quicker
Yeah.
when more incentivized.
Hell yeah.
Especially like if I'm ordering food late at night. Nigga, yeah, I'm gonna put a nice tip on this bitch, and my shit be getting here quick than a motherfucker. It be saying on the app it's 30 minutes away. We get here in 17 minutes. Nigga,
Yeah,
niggas
yeah.
be
They be
coming
on it.
trying to get their little. If DoorDash recommends and I got a $3 tip, I hit 7 or 8 or some shit like that. Like I'm about to double up your tip. I damn near double up whatever they recommend.
Right. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Like I said, I put the bait on there, and then however you do, I go back there and boost it up.
okay,
I would never take it away.
yeah,
You know that I would never tip bait and take it the tip
yeah.
away.
That's I've heard of that,
You
and
know,
that's
I had
crucial.
to come back to your house and do something if you did that to me. Shit. You know what I mean?
It's like that one I saw one is a video dude that came back to the house and knocked on the banged on the door because I guess the person had put on there that they didn't get their food,
Right.
and I guess that reflects
Yeah.
back on him.
Yeah, because it seems like he stole the food.
Yeah. And then you came and knocked on that motherfucker. Man, I handed you your food, my nigga. How dare you? But that's like, remember we were standing out there that one day, and the dude pulled up to bring my food. Remember, I held this shit out. Like, go ahead and take the picture of it, man.
Yeah.
Because I know you need that for your records, too.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take that picture, man. Because if I go in this motherfucker and say you never brought it,
Yeah.
without that picture, you ain't got no way to dispute that.
You got CYA. You got cover your ass.
Yeah. And please do that.
All the time,
By
bro.
all means, do everything you're supposed to do.
I tell you somebody who didn't cover their ass though. I got it's called Dig This.
Oh, shit.
That's what I called it. Inmate tunnels through wall
Motherfucker.
and stabs man in the neighboring cell.
I had it called What's Beef? Nigga, this is real. You know a motherfucker like you beef, nigga. What is beef, nigga? I was in Fulton County, Georgia, nigga, in
Yeah.
the jail.
Go ahead, then.
Nigga, you got it right there. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull it up. I know you funneled through the jail wall to
Says it-
stab a nigga. Here you go.
Yeah. A Georgia inmate tunneled through a wall in a jail facility in Fulton County, Georgia, in an attempt to harm a man in a neighboring cell. It says, what's his name?
Kavanyan Thomas.
Yeah.
Kavion.
Kavion.
Kavion Thomas.
Says he allegedly dug a hole through a wall in a shower stall at Rice Street Jail on
Concrete
the 17th of
metal.
May. The 17th of May.
Yeah.
It said granted him access to the adjacent cell block. He said he then launched an attack on Durandney.
Deronde Russell.
Yeah, it's Durande.
Deron, yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Mine's got Durandney.
Deron Nee, yeah, we're gonna go with Deron Nee because mine does too.
Okay, it says, he's another inmate in there, but he got stabbed up.
He said with non-life-threatening injuries to his upper body, so he got to poking him. He just didn't get him good enough to kill him. Nigga, you know how much beef you got with a nigga to dig a fuck escaping. I'm not gonna dig a tunnel to get up out this bitch, but I'm gonna get to you.
Hell yeah. They said the officers, after the incident, the officers checked both cells and discovered several weapons in both cells, some made from parts of a dilapidated building infrastructure, which is probably some bars.
This nigga was digging holes and finding shit while he was digging the hole. Like, ooh,
Look what I got.
poke a nigga with this.
They said that Thomas will face additional criminal charges for his attack. He was previously charged with theft of stolen property, possession, transport of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of marijuana.
Bro, do you know how much you got to dislike a nigga to dig a hole through a wall to get to him to stab him?
What'd he do, though? He probably promised him some commissary. He didn't get his suits.
That nigga said, watch this. That's why I had that motherfucker. I said, what is beef, nigga? Because this is real beef.
Just
nigga.
imagine, though, he was laughing for days while he was digging that tunnel. Yeah, you think I'm not going to get you?
Yeah.
Keep on barking, boy.
Think the shit over with.
Think the fence got you, huh? Watch this. They
You know he was talking shit. They was sending kites back and forth to each other. Buddy was talking crazy. Man, now that's real. I got it's a 2-part story on Fetty Wap.
Uh-oh.
The first part and the update all happened before we recorded again.
Okay.
You remember? So it's like a major update because you remember he got locked up for the
He definitely had a RICO shit, too.
for the
right?
drug shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was the part that initially wrote. Said Fetty Wap asked for a minimum prison sentence after pleading guilty to drug charge.
Yeah.
His lawyer said he committed the crimes only to financially support others during the COVID-19 pandemic. Lawyers in Fetty Wap are asking a judge to sentence him to 5 years, which is the minimum, because the case, what he pled guilty to, holds from a 5 to 20. The 5 is the minimum, 20,
To the maximum.
25 is the maximum, something like that. So they're asking for the minimum. The pled for the minimum after he pled guilty last year to federal drug charges, according to Fetty Wap's according to Fetty Wap, the court after he pled last year drug charges, arguing that Fetty Wap committed his crimes only to financially support others during the COVID-19 pandemic. He pled guilty on August 19th to a single charge of conspiring to distribute at least 500 grams of cocaine. He is set to be sentenced next week. Sentencing guidelines call for a prison term ranging from 7 and 9 years, but in their filing, Fetty Wap's lawyers say the client deserves less than that because he only turned to crime amid the pandemic and his touring income dried up, but his bills kept coming, which is true. But so then boom, that's what he asked for. Then it said sentencing was next week, so he's in between the time frame of that and our recording. He got sentenced.
Okay.
Well, the pleas work. Fetty Wap has been sentenced to 6 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to drug cases. So
That's what's up.
so he got 1 year more
Then
than what the minimum would be, and it's federal, so he'll do 5 because you got to do 85% of your time. So he'll do somewhere around 4.5, 5 years.
Okay. That's
So-
crazy.
So, but you know, the way it was initially sounding, it sounded like old Fetty was gonna be out here forever. But you know, 5 years is nobody wants to go to jail for 5 years.
No, but it's better than 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit, you do them 5, you be sitting thinking, I got 20 more years to go.
And somehow that nigga still releasing music like a motherfucker. All my little playlists be having new Fetty Wap songs popping up on it.
Hey, that's how they do
So
it.
do your thing.
Shit, what's going on in Chicago, man?
What did happen?
I'm called it. Come on, Chicago, but it's the baggage claim brouhaha.
Oh shit. What they done done?
Massive brawl breaks out at Chicago O'Hare Airport during baggage claim. It says, of course, there's a video to it, but it's just so shortened. 2 young people were arrested after a large fight broke out in baggage claim area of O'Hare International Airport on Monday. Footage of the physical altercation, which police said was sparked by a verbal dispute while deplaning, shows at least a dozen people involved, some of whom can be seen climbing onto the carousel. It says during the brawl, a 24-year-old woman was punched by 2 other people, identified by authorities as 18-year-old Christopher Hampton and 20-year-old Timbra Hicks. Both Hampton and Hicks were arrested and charged with 1 misdemeanor count of battery, according to the fire department or the department there. It says no other information was immediately available.
They just banging it out of the airport.
Over a verbal altercation.
Hey man, you know, we was already in like a violent times, right? Like an abundance of violence.
Yeah.
And then you know with this recession that they're not quite committed to saying we're in, even though pretty sure we're in the midst of one or the beginning of one.
Right.
You know when them funds get fucked up, man, that violence level,
It's about to uptick.
it goes through the roof. And nigga, if you don't think that you can directly correlate financial stability to violence, nigga, I could just speak for myself and our side of town. When everybody was running around this bitch with PPP money and with that extra $600-700 a week and unemployment shit, man, wasn't nobody do. Niggas was partying, niggas was eating good, having a good time, and laughing, and
couldn't find shit at the store to eat because it was all gone. Because
that money been dried up. Niggas is shooting each other left and motherfucking right.
Yes, they are.
So there was a shooting in my house on Saturday, nigga.
Yeah, you tell me about that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
In front of mine, my little guy's all right, but it was a nigga, little motherfucker got shot in front of my house on Saturday.
But the violence is gonna uptick.
My nigga called me today, like, "Well, you all right?" I'm like, "What's going on?" This thing, that's a fail. My nigga called me. Yeah, it hurts, stupid. My nigga called me today, like, "You all right?" I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "I'm on my Citizens app, man. The motherfucker got shot down the street from you.
Yeah.
Motherfucker got shot right there on Della.
Damn.
Right in front of that same house. Remember when we was going to do the pod there one night, and Buddy was down there and he shot the girl or whatever? We walked down the street. It's some new motherfuckers that live there, and the nigga that's there now got shot today.
That house is cursed. That house is cursed, bro. Shit. It's a demon over that motherfucker.
I told you, bro, not to get into no wacky shit. My nigga Dom grew up in that house the whole time we was kids, until niggas was in their 20s.
Yeah.
It was a little girl in that motherfucker, like a ghost in that motherfucker. We seen her.
You tell me about
She was in that house next door to it that burnt down, nigga. She was in that motherfucker. We seen that little girl on numerous occasions. I seen it. He seen it. I seen it one time. It said something. The nigga was like, "All right, I ain't want to say niggas. I thought niggas was gonna think I was crazy." And he described the same little girl I seen. He described her to me. I said, "That's it. I seen her." Yeah, listen, man, that shit happened on numerous occasions. And now everybody that move into that motherfucker,
They don't know something happened.
they in that bitch. My nigga and them lived there for 25 years. Ain't nobody moved in that house and stayed longer than the least time. Than maybe 2 years max.
Damn.
But even them last people, nigga, they was in there a couple years. But how many times did the motherfucker get shot down there, bro?
A lot. There was always something
It
going
was
on.
like 4. The SWAT ran in that bitch one time.
Yeah.
Buddy shot the girl that one time. Dude got shot that one time. Nigga, that was, man, I wouldn't even step in that yard. And I ain't no real superstitious, scary nigga like that. But I ain't fucking with no shit that I can see as evident.
Exactly. Hell no, man.
That shit's evident,
You
nigga.
asking for it on that point.
Somebody that made that little girl mad, she down there acting a goddamn fool. Maybe she mad she still stuck in that bitch and
That's
everybody
like
keep leaving her.
that's like them people getting mad at that the cemetery's moving into their backyard
Yeah.
over there, New Crown. Well, Crown Hill, my bad.
Yeah.
Crown Hill. Yeah, but New Crown doing the same shit too. They done already bought the park and motherfuckers don't play soccer over there nothing no more.
For real?
Yeah, they starting to just move on back. You know what I mean?
That cemetery is huge, bro.
Yeah.
I never knew how big it was
Oh yeah, it's on both sides of the street.
until here recently. I had, well, not recently, but in the last few years, a couple of loved ones and friends and shit have passed, and they got buried there, and they got buried on the opposite side, not the side where the office is off to the right, but on the other side, nigga. And I was actually in that motherfucker seeing how far back that shit went. I said, this is crazy.
Yeah, it goes far, and then
It's like a bridge that goes under 38th Street, nigga,
Yeah.
to take you to the other side. and
there's
shit.
what's his name? Author James Whitcomb Riley.
Yeah,
He's buried there.
there's a couple presidents in that motherfucker.
He's buried there at the highest peak in Indianapolis.
Mm.
So if you go up there to where his monument is or whatever, and you look
can
around,
see everything?
You can see everything in the city.
Oh wow,
It's like a tourist attraction. I didn't know that shit was here like that.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay then. I ain't fucking with it.
Shit, I got one more before we go to break. I got one more. I got two more after that. I call this one The Big Escape.
Okay, what we got?
He was going to be a Florida man, but he's not a Florida man.
Okay.
It happened in Florida.
All right.
Millionaire busted for elaborate plan to escape Florida jail to return to his castle in France.
Oh,
Yeah, authorities say they foiled an elderly businessman's plan to escape a Florida jail and return to France, where he had previously fled in an attempt to avoid child pornography charges.
oh no, lock him under the jail.
Yeah, a tip from
I was about to root for Buddy if he had done
Yeah.
like some other shit. But if you a child porn nigga, bro, I hope they rob. I hope they take all your money from you now.
Yeah. It says a tip from outside the jail sparked a 2-month investigation of John Monchek. He's 78. People he had enlisted in his escape plan at the Indian River County. What the fuck? Oh, and people he enlisted in his escape plan. Okay, this is according to the sheriff. From what he's saying, he says essentially the plan comes down to this: these folks that are on the outside are going to wait until Monchek's doctor has a doctor's visit, and they are going to take out our correction staff while he's out at the medical facility. The police said the plan called for Monchek's employees to pepper spray prison guards and take him to his private plane in nearby Fort Pierce so that they could fly to France.
So they was gonna wait till he went to the doctor. They was
Yeah.
gonna fuck up the COs,
Fuck him up, make some up.
get that nigga away, get him to the plane, shoot him to France.
Yeah. So he can go back to doing whatever he was doing. It says he was arrested in 2014 on 49 child pornography charges.
Nah.
The sheriff said he left the country to avoid prosecution after posting a nearly $500,000 bond and moved to his medieval estate in southern France, the Chateau Pecregal, whatever the fuck it's called. Says France denied U.S. attempts to extradite him, but he was eventually arrested in the Dominican Republic in 2020. Just couldn't stay home.
Yeah, if you just stayed in France, it'd been alright.
And returned to Florida. It says Monchek requested permission to leave the jail in January, saying he suffered from chronic medical conditions, and because he broke his hip and wrist late last year.
Nope.
It says the escape plot centered on an April 12th medical appointment, but at least one of the people involved tipped off the law enforcement. He wasn't going to get away with it. It says allowing investigators to unravel the plot. They did an examination of his jail phone records, and he discovered he used code words like paint job while talking to his employees about the job. So they were to prepare his plane, his 140-foot yacht, a black utility van, and other vehicles purchased just for the escape. He even paid the bail for a cellmate and then allowed them to live in his home. That person helped prepare for the escape down to packing a suitcase and his favorite liquor. His Flowers said,
That's who tipped him.
yeah,
They ain't want that to get out their crib.
he took over. His Flowers said the plan was to go back to his castle in France and never have to face the charges. He remains in the county jail, and additional charges related to the escape. 2 inmates and 2 employees were also arrested. Oh, he got employees also arrested and charged with conspiracy in the escape plot.
Yep.
A lawyer listed on Manchek's court records did not immediately return all emails seeking comments on the new charges. Crazy, man.
Yeah, he had a lot going on. He was
trying
really
to do
put
it
together.
He was what's that movie? Where they did the casino. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 9, 10, 11, 12, 47, 13 and a half, 26.
Along with Fast.
They make just many of them motherfuckers as Fast and Furious.
Yeah, along with Fast and Furious time traveling.
Yeah.
Because they went to space now. They're going to try time travel.
They was just talking to Ludacris about that shit. Ludacris said, now we'll go to break after that. Ludacris, I don't know the quote, but that nigga said, y'all keep asking me how many Fast and Furious movies we gonna make. He said, as long as they still making us money, we gonna make them.
Okay.
He said, everything you do is about investment and return. He said, let's just say blanket numbers, because this is roughly what we do worldwide. He said, the movie might cost $200 million to make, but we usually do right around $1 billion on each movie. He said, so you tell me what other business you would stop making $800 million profit because some weird motherfuckers on the internet said they don't want to see it no more.
Right.
He said, stop going to see it then. I said, you right. I'm sick of this shit too. And I ain't watched the last 2 of them.
Right.
But nigga, if they still making that type of money,
I'll keep going.
that's like I don't watch James Bonds, but I'm never mad when 007 comes out. I know y'all gonna rack up. I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, nah.
I ain't watched the last, new one just came out. A new Fast and Furious just came out.
Yeah, just Fast 10.
It's Fast 10. I
That's
ain't
what I said,
watched
I don't
10
know
or
what
9.
they do.
Because I think 9 was the one somebody told me they went to space. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck they're going to do in 10, but I
That's
know I
what
will
I
find
said.
out.
I said they probably going into the quantum world.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
New realities and shit. Bring Paul Walker back and shit.
Because that shit went from street racing to a superhero movie.
Yeah, basically. They're part of the Marvel MCU.
Basically. They're like the step cousin. They're like the step cousin that nobody really talks about but acknowledges though.
Yeah.
When they come around.
Then
That's
they
what they
Then they got rid of a character and brought in another character.
They didn't, yeah.
You know
Who
what I'm
they got rid of some people?
Well, you know, Vin Diesel and The Rock had that beef.
Yeah.
So then he brought in Jason Momoa.
He did. He did. He did. Yeah, because you know Vin Diesel,
He just
like
mad 'cause
he like
smoked.
owns that shit.
Yeah, he owns. That's his shit. He got his own studios and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bought it. He bought the rights to Fast and Furious, like right after whack ass Tokyo Drift, which is like technically like the third one.
Yeah. It's supposed to be. I don't know.
It's technically the third one because it was Fast and Furious, Too Fast and Furious, because Too
Tokyo
Fast and
Drift,
Furious
yeah.
didn't have Vin Diesel in it at all.
Nah,
Remember,
it was
Paul Walker and Tyrese.
Yeah.
And then Tokyo Drift
They was over in Japan.
was the third one. But remember, at the end of Tokyo Drift, Vin Diesel pulled up.
Yeah.
Because that's he had bought it.
Okay.
And then after that, it's been a Vin Diesel. If you look at the production credits, nigga, he had like a production LLC studio thing already set up from like teenage years, like doing like skateboard shit and shit, making those type of videos.
Okay.
So when he went and bought it, he put it under that production name, nigga. So now they got to share production credits and monies
And
with him
monies.
on all them
Upfront
motherfuckers.
monies. Not no little monies. Upfront
And
monies.
he got some nigga in him, so that's a melanated mag for your ass.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
The skin will fool you.
Yeah.
It's an all black movie.
He got some niggas in him. Yeah, he got some nigga in him.
Him and The Rock.
That's why yeah, The Rock half black.
Yeah.
Half black, half Samoan. He was talking about that shit the other day. I was watching he was on the Pivot podcast.
I don't know which one that is.
It's with Channing Tatum and the football niggas. I forgot the niggas, man, but I forgot their names. But yeah, it's called the Pivot. It's real good. It's real good. But he was on there, and they was talking about him identifying as a black man and this, that, and the third. And he was like, I look more Samoan. He was like, but I'm half black, half Samoan. He's like, so I identify as both. And he was talking about like his first time, like going to school or going somewhere in the South, and coming from the islands, and the motherfucker like really trying to figure out what the fuck he was like. And he said something. They was like, "So are you black or you white?" Because down here, nigga, that's what it is. You either yeah, it was crazy, but I understand them problems. And being as light as I am, nigga, in the early '90s, nigga, motherfuckers, you ain't white, you ain't. But what is you, nigga? I'm both, nigga. But my birth certificate say I'm black.
Right.
I was born in Germany, nigga. They didn't put no biracial nothing on that motherfucker. That motherfucker said I was a nigger. All my jail records say I'm black too. Them motherfuckers ain't never confused, nigga.
Boy, that's crazy.
Alright, well, just remember that. George Floyd, rest in peace. It's like been 3 years since that shit happened.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the anniversary was like 2 days ago.
Hey. Tease with it, tease.
Rest in peace. We taking a break.
Hell yeah.
My goddamn lower back hurt. Sitting down. I'm old, nigga. We back. Had to take a pause for the cause. We'll go stretch out these limbs and
Yeah.
move around a little bit. Niggas is old, baby. See, the Washington Commanders might not be able to be the Commanders much longer.
Why?
Something about the name. I'm about to read it, but something basically to the lines of the name already being trademarked and used for something else, and if they can't come to an agreement with those people,
then they gotta give it up.
they have to give it up. It sounds like to me that people is trying to cash in.
Hell yeah.
You want this is my shit. You want it? You
That's
need
like,
to.
That's like WWF and turning to WWE.
WWE. Yeah, I never quite understood why that happened. Somebody else already had the name.
Yeah, well, World Wildlife Federation.
For real?
Oh, Foundation.
Foundation. So that's what happened. And they got it before them.
I don't know.
They got it. They got the paperwork done before them.
There you go. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, because that's what happens.
Because it was WWF for a long time. World Wrestling Federation.
Yep.
And it was World Wildlife Foundation.
I was watching something and it was saying that it was this guy and he was talking about him. I can't remember if it was on YouTube or on regular TV, but his hustle was basically like whenever he saw something kind of bubbling, he would go create the website domain and own it. And if they wanted to, when they went to create one for themselves, he would already have it. And you either create some new shit or you play, or you do some business with me.
Smart.
Yeah, buy me out. Buy me out.
That's
I don't have no reason to be www.walgreens.com, but you guys weren't.
Yeah. So, hey, play ball.
Yeah. So the Commanders had their trademark denied due to another person already having a pending application for the name. A current one already existing. There was a current one already existing. Therefore, they might have to change their name again if they cannot work out a deal.
Damn.
So basically, when they went to, I wonder why they would make it their official name before the trademark was fully went through.
They probably had to do it for the NFL.
Yeah.
To even come in.
I mean,
they probably couldn't use the same Redskins name anymore.
I mean, the name is trash, so I wouldn't mind if they had to go back to the drawing board. Remember when they were just the football team?
The Washington football team.
They were the Washington football team for a whole season, nigga.
WFT.
Yeah, the Washington football team, nigga, for the whole motherfucking season, nigga. So yeah, they're going to. They might have to change their shit, but or buy whoever has the name out. I mean, I'm pretty sure they spent enough money on merch and things of that nature, they'd probably just be better off buying Buddy out.
Hell yeah, make him some monies. Shit,
They wouldn't want to come fucking with me though, because I need some type of points on the back end and all types
Cool.
of shit. You can pay me a one lump sum, then give me a percentage of all the merchandise sold for the next 10 years or something crazy. Y'all can have a name.
just to keep me going.
Yep.
Oh shit. Shit, well, we talking about football. It ain't got nothing to do with football, but
Oh, that's a hell of a segue. All right, come on with it, brother.
I call it pocket protection.
Oh shit, what's going on?
Kentucky man accused of shooting roommate
Over the hot pocket.
for eating the last hot
I
pocket.
meant to put that in.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
it. I saw it. I just forgot to put it in my notes.
Yeah, there's a Kentucky.
Old head too.
Yeah, a Kentucky man accused of shooting his roommate who ate the last hot pocket has been charged with felony assault. The
Popped
roommate,
him over
a hot
a
pocket.
hot pocket.
Remember that one dude did it over a key lime pie?
Monkey lime pie.
He said it was calling me. Well, it says the roommate, who has not been named, sustained non-life-threatening injuries in the weekend shooting. It says according to the Louisville Metro Police Department, Clifton Williams, 64, was arrested early Sunday and charged with second-degree assault. On Monday, he pleaded not guilty, according to the NBC News affiliate Wave of Louisville. It says an attorney for Williams did not immediately respond to a request for comment. According to a police station, the two roommates had a physical fight over the frozen sandwich. Mr. Williams got mad. Mr. Williams got mad. He ate the last hot pocket, it states, and allegedly began throwing tiles at him. Okay.
Tiles?
That's what it says,
He must
tiles.
have been doing some work on the house or something.
Probably. It says Williams got a gun and followed the roommate outside where he shot him in the butt.
You shot me in the ass.
Williams, he's scheduled to be back in court on May the 30th for a preliminary hearing. It says under Kentucky law, a person convicted of second-degree assault can be sentenced to 5 to 10 years in prison. The state defines a second-degree assault convict as someone who initially causes physical injury to another person by means of a deadly weapon or a dangerous instrument.
Yeah, nigga, he wasn't playing with you.
Shot that man over a hot pocket.
Shot that
the
man right in the
ass.
ass.
In the ass.
Hey, I don't think motherfuckers be understanding, nigga. If I put my name on that shit mine, nigga. That shit is mine, nigga. That shit is mine. Did I make Buddy a? Okay, never mind. He's not a figure. Real quick off. This ain't just quick. Shouts out to Carmelo Anthony. He finally retired
Yeah, he did. Shout out
after
to Carmelo Anthony.
19 years in the league. 19 or 20, something like that. So,
Got it.
shout out to got it.
There's something in my tooth.
Shout out to that nigga. Florida. We were just talking about. Is in the Florida man, but you was talking about them doing that shit.
Oh, the dude escaping the jail.
No. The mayor,
Oh, DeSantis.
the NAACP issues a travel warning in Florida.
What?
They said the state has become hostile to Black Americans and people of color and LGBTQ individuals.
Damn.
And the NAACP is warning everybody, don't bring your ass to Florida because there's some fucked up shit going on down there.
Hey.
If you already live here, then we can do about that. But don't bring your ass down here new.
Damn.
Yeah,
Not even in certain parts, just Florida
just
altogether.
Florida. The NAACP issued the warning, nigga. Like, don't come down here if you can avoid it. These people is fucked up.
That's fucked up. I got some positivity in science.
Okay.
I call it the same.
The what now?
Same.
Okay.
A woman gets pregnant with same uterus she was born from.
What?
Yeah.
She had a uterus transplant?
Mm-hmm.
She got her mamas?
Yep. You hit it right on the nose.
Okay.
It says 54-year-old Michelle Bryant donated her uterus to her 30-year-old daughter Christy in Australia's first uterus transplant. And just weeks
She
later,
was hot in the ass.
huh?
You said 54.
Yeah.
Not 40. So, okay.
It says Christy got pregnant. That the baby would be Christy's second. One she probably never thought she'd have since after the first child,
She
Violet.
wasn't
She
that
needs
kid.
to undergo a life-saving hysterectomy because of
Oh.
her hemorrhage. It says, however, let me get to the better one. However, after a 16-hour surgery, her mom's uterus, the one that carried Christy 3 decades ago, was transplanted into her, and an embryo was placed in it. Christy told Australia's 60 Minutes how she felt when she learned she was pregnant, saying, "I was super excited when I found out. It almost feels that it's meant to be, but it's still sinking in that I'm going to have another baby." So at the end of the year, at the end of the year, it's she says it's so wonderful that my body can do this and that my mom has given me this gift. The mom is very excited. She can't wait to welcome another grandchild into the family.
Mama said, I ain't using this motherfucker, huh? You can have it.
Yeah. It says because her pregnancy is considered high risk, Christy will be closely monitored throughout her
Yeah,
term.
she be on bed rest and all that shit.
It says that in December, when the baby is due, she'll have a C-section at 37 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest issue Christy faces in the meantime is that she doesn't have nerves connected to the uterus.
So she can't feel shit.
Yeah, so if she goes into labor, she wouldn't be able to feel contractions.
So that's why they gotta monitor her.
Yep,
That's still cool as shit, though.
it is. And it says it should be noted that the uterus transplants are not meant to last a lifetime. They are temporary measures that allow a woman a chance to carry more children. But
So
the
they don't-
opportunity is only expected to last 5 years.
So basically, she got about one more time to do this, and they're gonna take that motherfucker back up out of her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's dope, though.
That is dope. You know what I mean?
That's dope, though.
I said that's pretty cool advancement in science for us right there.
I know a young lady that had to have a hysterectomy,
Mhm.
and she had to have it before ever bearing children.
Oh wow.
And it's kind of rough on her
Yeah, it would be.
because when it all boils down to it, the bare science of all this is as a woman you're supposed to be able to have a child.
Right.
Shit, a man too. If you find out you sterile, nigga, that ain't like
Shit, you're gonna be shitty too.
yeah, that ain't like oh shit, I can't have no kids. That's like damn, I can't keep me going.
Right.
Because that's when it's all said and done. Like I can't keep me going.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah. So any type of scientific measures that can make that happen, man. Shout out to that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out to that shit.
Just don't hope it gets in the hands of the wrong people.
Yeah. You know it will.
Yeah. They gonna try it.
You know it will. A bunch of butt babies running around this motherfucker.
Dropping turds. Real fecal matters.
Oh my lord.
Imagine that though, being born out of an ass.
Come on.
Let somebody find out. You came out the booty hole. You different. You an alien.
Listen. years ago, we was joning. And my nigga, we was joning on these one niggas, and Buddy was ugly. It was dope.
Huh?
Dope boy.
Oh, okay.
He told this nigga he must have been a backwards butt baby. We was teenagers, nigga. I said, what? This nigga said, he's so ugly, he had to come out the ass the wrong way. And I almost died, nigga. And I've been calling niggas backwards butt babies for the last 20 years behind that day.
Had to shit him out.
Yeah. A backwards butt baby.
His feet came first.
Oh my God.
Damn.
This one I couldn't quite make Buddy a fecal. I ain't really, because one, he's too young, and two, I just think he's stupid, not quite like terrible. We know he did some terrible shit, but he's an idiot. Colorado teen who allegedly used his dad's police-issued weapon was sentenced to 5 years for shootings. Nigga took his dad's police-issued gun and went off doing some shootings.
Damn.
The teenage son of a Denver police detective was sentenced Thursday to 5 years in state custody. My bad. 5 years in state custody for crimes prosecutors say he committed with his father's service weapon. Samuel Rose, 17, pled guilty to 5 counts related to a pair of house shootings in May of 2022. The counts were possession of a handgun by a juvenile, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, second-degree assault, and aggravated juvenile offender.
Wait a minute. Not attempted murder, but murder?
Attempted.
Okay.
Attempted. Yeah, he didn't kill nobody. He shot some shit. Rose was originally charged as an adult, but under the plea deal he agreed to, he's being sentenced as a juvenile. As a result, he will stay in juvenile custody until the age of 21. When he turns 21, there'll be a hearing determined if he gets to be released or has to finish the last couple years of his sentence in adult prison. But basically, this nigga got into some shit, got mad, went home, got his dad's service gun, and went and shot up a bunch of shit.
He was probably wearing pumped up kicks too.
This is a picture of said teen that they got off the internet.
That's his daddy's gun?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just
say, damn.
That's just him. That's how he was rolling. He running around this motherfucker thugging it out, nigga. Your daddy a detective.
He should have been detecting his own damn son. He probably couldn't turn him in, so he was just like, man, I'm letting him get caught. Fuck
Shit, I'm assuming his daddy being a detective is the only reason that they didn't
probably
go through with charging him as an adult.
Yeah.
Because at 17, nigga, I caught a case at 17. Guess where they took me?
To the big boy place.
Come on now.
That shit's crazy.
I remember I was going to jail, and we rode past the juvenile center to get on the highway on Keystone. I was like, "Hey man, you missed your turn." He said, "Mm."
We going down.
He said, "You going to the big boy jail?" I said, "Oh shit."
Damn.
I said, "What, nigga?"
Damn.
He said, "Yeah, I'm arresting you as an adult. It's up to them if they charge. If they stick with it."
Stick with it.
I went to court, and I'll be goddamn. They said, "Oh no, you grown."
Oh.
I said, "Ain't this a bitch?
Damn.
Ain't this a bitch?"
Put some new flavor in you.
Yeah.
Got some new
I never
flavor.
forget it. I got caught with 9.5 ounces of crack cocaine and a firearm.
Oh yeah.
And the cop told me in the car, he said, "Just the crack, juvenile. Just the gun, juvenile.
Both.
Crack and the gun, Marion County."
Damn.
I said, "Well, here we go on a new journey in life." The wild part is I managed to make it all them years without getting arrested once. I ain't had no juvenile record.
Damn.
Didn't even make it to 18, nigga, and then it ended up in the big dog jail.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a wild ride, brother.
Those variables played a part.
It's been a wild ride, brother. You got any more currents?
No, I'm on.
I got one more.
Okay.
Hyundai and Kia agreed to a $200 million settlement over the TikTok car theft challenge.
Them boys and cars some shit.
Over 6,000 cars have been stolen this year.
Damn.
This year in New Orleans, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Milwaukee.
Damn.
Behind the Kia boys.
So they getting Kias and Hyundais.
Kias and Hyundais.
And then they also stealing the Hellcats and Scat Packs.
Yeah. But I don't know how they getting those. They doing some like code reader shit.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, there's some shit in the gear. If you break up the gear shift, there's a override thing in there that you can.
Wow.
Yeah. Hyundai Motor and Kia Group agreed to a customer class action lawsuit settlement worth $200 million over rampant car thefts of the Southern Korea's automakers' vehicles. Lawyers for the owners and the automaker said on Thursday. In February, the automaker said they would offer software upgrades to 8.3 million U.S. vehicles without anti-theft immobilizers to help curb the increase in car thefts using the method popularized on TikTok and other social media channels. My man's got one of them. Damn, what's that boy name? You know him too. I just can't think of his name. But right now, he has like a 2019 Kia on some wheels and shit. He had to take his in for the upgrade.
Oh shit.
They put some type of upgrade into the cars. If you took it in,
Yeah.
that would make that thing that they showed on there with the USB cord null and void. Like basically,
Okay.
if the thing isn't in the car, it's still not going to work.
Okay.
But they had to do an upgrade to the cars, and he had to go in there and get that done. But damn, what's that nigga name? Singing ass nigga, man. You know him. We'll talk about it off mic. The settlement covers about 9 million U.S. owners and includes up to 145 million for out-of-pocket losses for customers who had cars stolen, and lawyers for the owners of the cars. So the money is for the lawyers who made the suit and the owners of the cars.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, they've been having a big fallout with the insurance companies about the cars. So some people are taking complete L's because these cars are so accessible to thievery that insurance companies don't want to insure them without this.
That's fucked up.
So, they just cashed out $200 million because the Kia boys have been running rapid.
What they should have did was cashed out all them insurance claims and then went after the companies they sell them. They could have got more money probably.
Yeah, probably.
But, they want to be stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, you pay your insurance, but we don't want to help you.
Yeah.
We don't want to help you.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, so the Kia boys have been going motherfucking crazy, bro.
Hey, bravo. Anything to bang on the system, I'm all about it. As long as they ain't hurting nobody. Shit. Bravo. Cars are cars. Shit. They should have did a good job at making them motherfuckers.
Man.
Whoever designed it needs to be fired immediately.
I told you, it's some shit that I found out about the truck I used to have that for some odd reason ain't quite, and I know why, because it's not as bad as the Kia shit. You can't just take it and drive off.
Okay.
But like it's been running rampant in Detroit for the last few years, like from like 2007 to like 2012.
Yeah.
The Chevy Suburbans, Chevy Tahoes, GMC Denali's, GMC Yukon Denali XLs, the regular Yukon, the Escalade, the big SUVs of all of that body shape, from like 7 to 2012, it's like a 5-year window. You put it in park. There's the pin that keeps it in park until you turn the key in.
Yeah.
Well, and from like 7 to 12, 2007, 2012, they were being cheap, and they put a plastic pin in there. So if you get in that motherfucking pull hard enough, you can break it and put the car in gear.
Yeah.
So what they've been doing is like stealing little raggedy pickup trucks.
Yeah.
And hopping in them motherfuckers, popping that bitch into drive or neutral, and then pushing the car away with like the raggedy pickup trucks. And they've been, because like everybody uses the motors and shit out of those trucks for like the old schools, the 6.0s, the 3.5s. So they yank the motors out, take the rims off. Nigga, they've been taking Escalades, popping that shit, driving around the corner, stripping everything off of them, all the seats, and that shit, nigga. I'm talking about I watched the news report on nigga. They in there going crazy with the motherfuckers.
It's here at the Olympics.
Yeah, crazy with the motherfuckers.
You see that Hellcat? The motherfucker strip. They left it on blocks.
Damn.
They took the engine, they took the wheel, they took the interior, even the steering wheel. The only thing left was the guts. That was it. The guts. No seats, no nothing. I was like, damn.
Yeah. That's in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And then he just like dropped it off. That motherfucker was sitting crooked in the middle of it.
They took everything.
Yeah.
Even the hood.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's this world coming to, bro?
Nigga, I told you. When money start running low.
Motherfuckers on, boy. Might be part of that team.
When money start running low, man, one thing I know about motherfuckers, and I won't just say niggas,
Everybody.
motherfuckers in lower demographics of financial,
Yeah, because they don't have no money.
motherfucker gonna find a way to figure it out.
Hell yeah.
And one thing I know about people who are used to being in the lower demographic is they don't do that weird jump off the building and
Nah.
all that. Nigga, they just gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we coming for you.
And it's gonna be some victims.
That's what I'm saying. We coming for you.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
One way or another.
One way or another.
Shit. I already know.
Motherfuckers that's been used to being fucked up, just roll with the punches. And whatever those punches may be, that's what they is.
Boy, shit's crazy, bro.
I think it's
Florida man.
Florida man time.
I got 3 of them.
I got one, so I'll go on between yours.
All right.
And mine is really an update from an older Florida man.
All right, I got bye-bye grandma.
What didn't happen to Granny?
Florida man allegedly beat grandmother to death
Motherfucker.
with hammer and then called housekeeping to clean up the bloody scene.
No, he did not.
This happened in Golden Gate, Florida.
No, the fuck he did
A
not.
Florida sheriff's office arrested the blood-soaked man after he allegedly beat his grandmother to death with a hammer.
So what you're telling me is this is a fecal Florida man combo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And severely injured his grandfather. Police say that they caught the alleged killer after he asked his housekeeper to clean up the bloody crime scene. Anthony Michael Corrado of Naples, Florida, was charged with second-degree murder and aggravated battery on a person over 65 after he went to his grandmother's home and violently beat, his grandparents' home and violently beat them with a hammer. Collier County Sheriff's Office shared that Corrado's grandparents had an active order for protection against their grandson because he was already an asshole.
This nigga was already acting a goddamn fool.
Yeah, but did not explain the circumstances surrounding the restraining order. Police said that on Wednesday, May 17th, Corrado called a housekeeper to help him clean up a home. When she arrived, she was greeted by a bloodstained Corrado. The unidentified housekeeper told police that the 34-year-old led her to a bedroom where the elderly victim was located, dead. The quick-thinking housekeeper quickly came up with a plan to escape, telling Corrado that she needed to get cleaning supplies from the car. So once outside the residence, she took off and flagged a deputy in his patrol vehicle a short distance away. Deputies immediately responded to the home, where they located the body of the elderly woman and another victim. Corrado's grandfather was wrapped in a blanket and in another room and was suffering from severe head injuries. Police said that he was flown by medical helicopter to a nearby trauma center. And it says a hammer with blood on it was located on the kitchen counter, with police describing a graphic scene of blood on the walls and blood and floor of the home.
That's crazy.
Corrado was immediately found and arrested by law enforcement. He is booked in the Collier County Jail. It says police said that he was released. Police said that he was released from prison last year after violating his
that?
parole.
No, they didn't release this nigga after that.
It says, according to the arrest records, Corrado has a lengthy record dating back to when he was 23 years old. His previous charges including possession of amphetamines and heroin, a hit-and-run incident, and multiple instances of violating his parole.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this motherfucker killed his grandma, tried to kill his granddaddy. Crazy shit, man.
Okay. That was a different one.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is an update. Remember the Florida nigga that got caught putting bleach in his coworker's drink?
Yeah. Yeah.
He just got sentenced, man. He got 4 years.
You got 4 years for that?
4 years for that.
Damn.
Jerome Ellis was sentenced to 4 years in prison for poisoning of food or water, a felony. Ellis pled no contest last month. Ellis was caught on surveillance video in October pouring bleach into his co-worker's soda at the Dollar General in DeLand, Florida. The victim later took a sip of the drink, but did not require any medical treatment because she... This is weird.
Yeah.
Ellis poured bleach into the drink after he got into an argument with his coworker.
Oh, no. Can't believe this shit unattended now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So he got remember we talked about it on here
Yeah.
when it initially happened. But yeah, he got 4 years for that little mistake.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got Hate Taxi. Florida man hails taxi to flee from hit and run crash.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. It's happened in Tampa too.
Nigga hit some shit and hit the taxi.
Yep. A 40-year-old man is behind bars for leaving the scene of a crash after a cell phone video appeared to catch him hailing a taxi moments after flipping his car. Florida Highway Patrol troopers said 40-year-old Carlos Santee was behind the wheel of a blue Cadillac sedan Monday when he slammed into a gray Mini Cooper on State Road 112 in Miami-Dade. Trooper said the Cadillac was propelled into the concrete barrier wall before it overturned.
Jesus.
Video of the aftermath appears to show Santee's wrecked Cadillac after he hailed a nearby taxi to flee the scene. Santee was later arrested at his home in Broward County. There, he allegedly told troopers he was chasing his car that was stolen from a gas station. Authorities noted Santee could not provide a description of the alleged car thief or the gas station it was taken from. When asked why he had injuries consistent with a severe car accident, Santee said he caught up to the driver and fell. He added he left the scene because he was shell-shocked.
Wow.
Santee was charged with leaving the scene of a crash without serious injury, and he was taken to Jackson North Hospital for treatment for minor injuries. Jail records show Santee's bond was set at $5,000. And so I got a story behind not what he did, but what I just seen on the other day on YouTube.
Okay.
So a lady, black lady, gets pulled over. Okay. The police person come up to her. She's got her window cracked like everybody's been doing for some fucking reason. But she's got her window cracked, talk through the crack, and he's like, I need your license and I need your insurance information.
Okay.
The reason why we pulled you over is because you were involved in a hit and run. The people got your license plate. Your license plate is the one that matches, and you're still in the area. So
Yeah.
all we need is just a simple transaction of getting your information. You're free to go because it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? It was probably just like a little something. You know what I mean?
Could have been there a little.
Yeah.
If they wasn't trying to lock her up,
Right.
that means there wasn't enough damages to be considered criminal.
Exactly. So she's sitting there. Well, what's going on? What you want me to do? They tell this woman 5 times.
I just told you.
They tell her 5 times. Professionally, like a motherfucker.
Yeah, see, I ain't got no problems with them doing whatever they got to do after that.
Right.
It's when they be on their power trip. But when you've vocalized what the issue is, what you need from me,
Yeah.
and then we can go from there.
That's it. And he even told her, he's like, this is not an arrestable offense.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. We see that you're not drunk. All I need is your license and insurance information so I can
Because I always hate
do the
like when they
report.
come to the car and they pull you over and like I ask like what's the reason for you pulling me over, officer?
license registration.
Man, what the fuck is we here for, bro?
License registration.
I hate that.
I know.
Because all you got to do is tell me, man, I clocked you speeding a little bit down the way. Oh, damn. All right.
Here you go. You know what I mean? But like I said, they were professional as fuck with it. But the whole time, that wasn't me. Y'all don't know. Y'all wasn't even there. Well,
Don't
you
need to be
just
there.
you just put yourself there now.
Yeah, because you told us you was there to not know that we was there, and they got your license plate. We not just pulled you over for no
Yeah.
reason.
We caught you. We ran your registration. We see that it's you. You still in the area. This chick ended up going to jail, bro.
Behind a non-jailable offense, just
Nah.
because of what she was doing.
Just because of what she was doing. Not giving up nothing. Then she want to cry about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's black people for you, man.
Was it that?
Yeah. Try to use the race card and everything, man. It's like, you know, accountability.
See, and that's my. There we go. Bingo. Accountability. Because my thing is, of course, we know that black folks got problems with the police, and
Yeah.
we get treated wrong a lot.
Right.
But you shouldn't be using that when they're not treating you wrong.
Exactly.
When the police is, bro, if I
There are
can
people
sit,
too.
if I can sit any of the motherfucking cops down that I've dealt with, because I've had more good experiences with cops than bad.
Right.
I've had my share of bad ones,
Right.
but I've had my share of, like, even in going to jail, I've had like good experiences with cops that was just doing their fucking job, bro.
Exactly.
And nigga, if I could sit some of these cops down, bro, to talk to them right now, nigga, it's been plenty of times where I done got caught up. And I remember I had one cop ask me, I had a DUI, and he had took me off the highway in his car, left my car there, took me off the highway to the state trooper's office on 21st Street.
Mm-hmm.
And because his, I don't know if his shit was malfunctioning or if I was, because like I blew high, but I passed the roadside.
Oh, the sobriety test.
Yeah, because I mean I do this,
Right.
so I got all my faculties. I didn't even get pulled over for swerving and shit. I got pulled over for changing lanes without a turn signal.
Okay.
And then when he got to the car, he smelled alcohol. So he took me to the thing to have me blow into the real machine. And he was like, "Listen, man." He said, "Yo, you passed the field sobriety test." He said, "But you blew high." He said, "I'm gonna take you down here and how you blow in this machine." He said, "If you blow lower than you did on the side of the road, I'll take you home." He said, "Cause I don't really don't want to like." He said, "But you just blew too high for me to let you."
Just continue on driving.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck how good you can walk a straight line, bro. You blew high as shit. He showed me that shit. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
We get down there, and he was like, what'd he say? He said, "Big man, if I take the cuffs off, you're not gonna turn green on me, are you?" I said, "Bro, it's my job to not get caught. It's your job to catch me. I did not do my job this evening. You did yours." And this is the 10th time I've told a cop that. And every time they look at me and go, "All right." And they gonna uncuff me. I blew higher. He said, "How did you blow higher? You've been with me." I said, "I don't know, man." I blew higher than I did on the side of the road. He said, "Bro, you've been with me. How did you blow higher?" I don't know how I blew higher, but I did. So we're here now. He let me take a lawn chair out to their parking lot and just sit out there and play on my phone and smoke cigarettes until my wife at the time got there to get all my belongings and shit. Then he called he didn't even call a paddy wagon. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna do you a solid, man. You've been staying up with me all night. I'm not gonna have a paddy wagon come get you because I don't know how long it's gonna take them to get you downtown. I'm gonna have a car come get you so they can take you and you can get this process rolling."
Yeah.
And he had a little, like one of them constable niggas come and pick me up and put me in the back of a Crown Vic and take me down there. Like that was like a good experience with it, bro. Man, that shit could have went so
Nah, I
different.
could have. Shit. I could have went all the way left.
I talked about it on here the other day, when the cop pulled me over in front of the house
Yeah.
and saw how much work I had put in to get my license back and was like, "Man, I'm not gonna fuck with you on that, man. Good job."
Right.
Nigga gave me a fist bump and sent me on by my way. But I've also been pulled over and pulled out the car and beat the fuck up and robbed by IPD.
Right.
So nigga, it can go.
It can go either way.
Yeah. But when they doing their job the right way, man, don't be a fucking asshole.
Nah, don't be no asshole.
If they doing their job the right way, then this is clearly not one of those people that we have a problem with. Let them do their job, and you do your job as a fucking person. Take accountability for your situation and keep it moving.
And keep it moving. That's all she had to do. But hey, that is what it is. And then my last one for Florida man is when lightning strikes. Florida man dies after being struck by lightning while working on a roof.
Oh no.
Yeah, this happened in Deltona, Florida. A man working on a home construction in Florida
Poor buddy.
was killed after he was struck by lightning and then fell off a roof. The 24-year-old victim was working on
Youngster too.
working on framing a home in Deltona Monday afternoon when the thunderstorm moved over the area around 2 p.m. A lightning bolt hit the victim, which caused him to fall off the roof. The man was rushed to a local hospital but was pronounced dead after.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy shit in Florida, man. But rest in peace to that young man,
Yeah, rest in peace,
because
nigga.
he was actually trying to do something positive with
Yeah.
himself, and
I hate when
if
that
it was
happens.
written like that, that's how it was written.
Yeah, I
Nothing
hate
you can
when
do
that type
about
of
that.
I hate when that type of shit happens, man. Especially with a person that's trying to live their life the right way,
Hell yeah, trying to do the right thing.
yeah, and just trying to make ends meet, bro. Trying to figure life out. At 24, you still figuring that shit out.
Hell yeah.
You think you know it all, nigga, but once you get to my age, you realize you don't know a goddamn
Shit.
thing.
Like he 40, like I said, if I knew back then what I know now,
Man,
you know what I mean? I used to always listen to that verse.
me and my and just outside of like even like just life shit. Me and my guys at the gym the other day was talking about like the knowledge that I've acquired as far as gym shit is concerned. And if I had that knowledge and could apply it to my 20-something-year-old body, nigga, I'd have done some special shit by now.
I feel you.
Cause now the shit I'm doing at damn near 40, with the knowledge I've acquired, I know I'm strong and I know blah, 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 and I know how that works. Bro, at 23, 24, I was 2 times the strength that I am now.
Right.
So if my deadlift is at 700 now at damn near 40, bro, I'd have been repping that shit at 23, 24 if I knew the mechanics.
Right.
And I knew the science behind all this shit. Because now I know the mechanics, the science, the nutrition, I know things I need to do. I know how much moving this much can alter the angle. I know all this shit now. But nigga, I ain't got the same goddamn body I had 20 years ago.
It's the truth.
Yeah. If I knew what I knew now, and we can apply that to almost anything, if I knew what I knew now financially,
Yeah.
if I look back, like in life, at that age, I had way more money than I have now, but I wasn't living how I'm living now.
Right.
Because I didn't know how to use my money
Yeah, you were young.
the right way. If I had the financial literacy that I have now with the money I had then,
So you'd be well off.
nigga, because I was way more reckless with the way that I earned my money.
Right.
So anything was everything. As I got older, I started having kids and shit.
Responsibilities.
And I got more, I cut back on the nonsense that came with earning the money.
Right. More reserved.
Yeah, more reserved. Because back then, nigga, it was if it was a way to get it, it was how I was getting it.
I hear that though, but that's the truth though.
It was nothing to make 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 grand in a day. But the shit that was going on was
couldn't keep it going on.
They can't keep that going on,
Especially with the kids.
and stay free,
Exactly.
and keep everybody alive.
Oh shit. It's the truth though.
Man, if it is, so hey, that's the advice I give like my niece, and I be giving it to my kids and shit all the time, man. Cause I know they tend to, for some odd reason, they tend to think that I just was born 40.
Oh yeah.
I was y'all age once.
You never had fun. You didn't go through all
Yeah,
that.
I went through all this.
You weren't at school dealing with bullies and just that type of shit.
And my whole thing is, man, damn.
Were you taking the shit?
He did nigga with some eggs, nigga. He came in an egg that nigga while he was taking his shit. We watching ridiculous. The man was on the toilet minding his business, and his homeboy busted in the bathroom and hit that nigga directly in the face.
But did you see
with
what
raw
he did?
eggs?
You see what he did first though. He opened, the console for the sink. He opened the door so a nigga wouldn't see.
I had a train of thought going on. That nigga ruined it.
I think that's so funny because that's what I used to do when my ex used to come in the bathroom on me. I'd be like, hey, what the fuck is going on? I'm taking a shit. This is personal. Don't
Yeah,
come
he sure
here.
did. Look, he opened the thing.
That's why I thought that was me in there. I was like, oh, shit, is that me?
They ruined my train of thought, man. We taking a break.
We hit you out with these figures when we come
yeah,
back.
Unfortunately, We don't have no melanated mags for y'all.
No, no black people did no positive things.
Not that we can find.
Not that we
Not that
found
nigga we
anyway.
can find.
Not that I want to talk
Not
about.
not to discredit anybody that's out there doing some positive shit. We just couldn't find it.
Couldn't find you. You gotta do better and present yourself.
Yeah, please and thank you, so we can talk
put your
about it and
best
highlight
foot-
it. Goddamn it!
Put your best foot forward,
Put it
motherfucker.
forward.
Shit, he was doing one at McDonald's drive-thru, so he ordered his food, and then he was like, "Watch this." He circled back around and was like, "Hey, no." He pulled up to the cashier window. He was like, "Hey, they forgot this, that, the other. Can I just pull up and get it?" And she was like, "Yeah." And so he was like, "Now you taking a chance. You don't know what the motherfucker behind you ordered. But all you gotta do is say, 'Yeah, that's me.'" And they handed him a whole meal. I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, because I noticed it the other day, especially with them. I went to McDonald's the other day, and they, which always never made no sense to me. Cause like the two drive-through things with the two windows, like rallies, always make sense to me. But just two drive-throughs that merge,
One window, yeah. They got cameras.
but still, it makes no sense to me.
Doesn't make nothing faster.
No,
Doesn't make nothing faster.
it makes more orders than y'all scream, but y'all not getting it done any faster.
And then you're gonna tell me to pull up. Can you pull over there? No.
No.
Motherfucker, give me my food.
Yeah.
I gotta watch 5 other cars dip off, and then here you come with some cold ass fries.
Yeah, bitch.
All right, we back.
We back. Howdy. It's fecal time.
I got 2.
I got 2.
All right,
Let me kick the thing off.
go ahead.
Boom, 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 boom. Where we at? I wasn't prepared. There we go. Apparently, I don't know how we missed this lady. During the Black Lives Matter protests and things of that nature, a Wisconsin attorney, a lawyer, white woman, 67-year-old white woman, spit at a 17-year-old girl's face.
Oh wow,
Like, look at the picture of her actually spitting in the girl's face.
damn.
Yeah, but this is what this story's about. This is how thorough she is with her racism, little raggedy bitch. Wisconsin attorney who spit in a Black Lives Matter protest, a 17-year-old. Don't leave that out. I hate writers. That's very important. 17-year-old girl's Black Lives Matter protesters face rejects probation deal, saying she'd just rather go to jail right now and get it over with.
Okay.
Stephanie Rapkin, 67, was told at her sentencing Tuesday that her 60-day sentence would be stayed if she agreed to 1 year probation with 100 hours of community service. She replied, "Your Honor, I am outright refusing the probation," said Rapkin, who initially had been charged with the hate crime for spitting in the 17-year-old teen's protest leader's face. She said, "I'd rather just go to jail and take care of it."
Hey, if that's the option they're gonna give her,
Yeah.
sounds like something I would do my damn self. She getting off kind of
So she
easy.
got to take 60 days in jail, and I believe she's getting off easy.
Yeah, she is.
Because that's a hate crime, bodily
Bodily
fluids.
fluid. That's a biochemical
Yeah.
warfare. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But
surprised
so-
the girl didn't punch her. She had every right to after that.
Yeah. So with all that being said, her going to jail and all that's just a little update on the whole situation. But
Shit.
the fecal is Miss Stephanie Rapkin, 67.
Yeah.
An attorney, a lawyer.
Yeah, she should have got her
I need to
ass
dig a
whooped.
little deeper into that. I wonder if they stripped her.
Probably. Took her bar away.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to practice law if you're doing some shit like that.
Dumb
Cause if
bitch.
that's how you getting down, you can't objectively represent anyone.
No. Hell no. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I got the New Jersey road rage. A road raging New Jersey driver faces attempted murder
New
charge
Jersey Drive, one of my favorite movies in life.
for firing 2 shots at a car. Let's see, this happened in Franklin Township, New Jersey. A New Jersey man faced an attempted murder charge after he allegedly fired 2 shots at another car in a wild road rage incident. Gerald S. Chapman, 39, is also charged with possession of a firearm for an unlawful purpose in the May 5th shooting. Says the prosecutor said the shooting happened around 4:50 p.m. when Chapman tried to merge in front of another driver as they both drove north on Easton Avenue
Goddamn road rage.
near the I-287 ramp in Franklin Township. Says according to the victim, there was no room for the suspect to merge, at which the time the suspect became irate and slapped the passenger side mirror on the victim's vehicle.
Bitch.
McDonald added that when the driver got out to check for damage, Chapman pulled alongside and fired 2 shots, striking the vehicle.
Damn.
Chapman drove away, but was eventually identified as the gunman after investigation by the FBI. Damn. The 39-year-old turned himself in to the Franklin Township Police on Friday. He was held at the Somerset County Jail pending a detention hearing. Yeah.
Goddamn. Okay then.
Crazy, man.
Road rage.
Road rage.
Road rage.
Crazy, man. Motherfuckers out here.
Was that your
That was one.
You got one more, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, road rage is a serious thing, bro.
Man, it is. Especially here.
I've had my own bouts of road rage.
Oh, I do.
I've laid hands on.
I haven't done that.
I've laid hands on people.
I haven't done
on
that.
numerous occasions. I try not to, like, now,
Right.
a little older, but hell, I want to say maybe. I think the last time I hit a motherfucker real good, probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah, the dude. The old white man.
The man I smacked.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple before then, man. I try not to now. When my daughter I was taking my daughter to work in Noblesville, and I flashed on a white man so motherfucking hard, man. Dude probably pissed on himself. My daughter was I didn't realize how crazy he was. My daughter was in the kitchen. It was me, my son, and one of my daughters. My daughter that was in the car with me was in the kitchen cooking the other day, and my son was like, "Yeah, she told me about how you cussed that man out and taking her to work," and I was like, "Huh?" And I kind of forgot about it. And then my daughter described it from her vantage point.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. Because, like, I'm driving, so there's certain things I'm not paying attention to.
Right.
She's paying attention to it all. And she, like, watched the whole shit, and she was like, yeah, then this happened, this. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't see any of that. Like, and it sounds so much more crazy than what I remember. I just remember cussing Buddy out because he wouldn't let me over. Like,
That's fucking crazy.
yeah, man. I was trying. My daddy was a road rager, man. So there's certain things.
I understand. Motherfuckers stopping at stale green lights and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Not moving fast, but you in the fast lane. Getting onto the interstate slow. Man.
I remember years back, I was a teenager, like an early teenager. Nigga. My daddy was on the post road exit. He jumped out and got on the motherfucker ass, and Buddy had like a son that was a few years older than me. I hopped out and got on the son ass. We was on the post road exit, nigga, banging. Me and my goddamn daddy. A few years after that, we got into a bar fight, nigga. Me and my daddy was in that motherfucker rumbling with some motherfuckers, nigga. That's my nigga. That's my dog. But nigga, some of that shit, I was like, nigga, we was tripping. Yeah. Yeah. God damn it, you pops. Yeah, road rage a motherfucker, brother.
Yeah, it is. It's a big, big, big part of my life.
It's your mind too, nigga.
And my motherfuckers get in and be like, can we listen to... No. Can't listen to shit, but what I'm listening to is my vibe. You want to listen to what you want to, you do Uber Comfort.
Yeah. Because they can pay for that shit, right?
Yeah, you pay for that
I was like, I heard you can pay for something where a motherfucker won't speak to you and none of that shit.
That's Uber Comfort. So, Yeah, y'all do that.
Yeah, drop that extra. Quit trying to cut corners.
Right. Yeah, shit, because you're not going to get it.
Ain't like Uber Pool like the cheapest route.
Yeah.
Where like you can get
Uber share, yeah.
Uber share where you can get picked up with multiple motherfuckers.
Yeah, which is dangerous for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can pay for like different levels because I know they got like cause I know like GoDaddy after he retires from everything just to stay busy he did Uber because he initially when he retired he had like a lawn care business but you know that's a lot of
it's still a lot of responsibility.
And a lot of
moving around
physical activity.
Yeah.
Like, I'm old, I'm retired, so he started Ubering, and I remember he had a like a newer Chevy something. He did regular Uber, but like when certain like conferences and shit would come, he had a Mercedes, and he would do like the luxury Uber shit.
Uber Lux.
And he would pull that motherfucker out and do the Uber Lux when it made sense.
Yeah, because it's not all the time.
Yeah, it'd be conferences and shit downtown and different events happening and where a motherfucker needed to be pull up in the 600 Benz, like, and he would pull that motherfucker out the garage and do the Uber Lux.
That's what's up.
That's what I was trying to do, instead of clear my background, because my Infinity truck is categorized as a luxury vehicle.
Yeah.
And
so they would have, you got some money.
Yeah, but they wouldn't clear me because of my goddamn background.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's the only reason I applied for it, because the motherfucker was like, you can do Uber Lux in that. I was like, shit, my kids ride around this bitch for free all day long. They got license. At least I can make some money. These niggas don't appreciate this expensive ass vehicle I drive.
So, not till they get older.
Yeah, they will one day. They'll get it one day. Shit, is that it, my brother?
I thought you had two. You only had one?
I only had one.
Oh, my bad. I got two.
Oh, no.
So we on Fecals.
We on Fecals. I'm drunk. I ain't gonna front with y'all. I'm drunk. I ain't been drinking the way I normally drink. The liquor done hit me a little different. Without even finding my notes. He's a former Georgia deputy sentenced to 35 years in prison for killing his girlfriend after she insulted his penis size.
This is a girlfriend?
Told my man he had a little picker. Little pecker, nigga, he smoked her.
He's stupid.
Jason Cunningham, 48, fatally shot his married girlfriend, 37 years old, Nicole Hartington, in the back of the head in a parking garage elevator, Jesus Christ, in downtown Augusta, Georgia, back in June of 2020, after she insulted his penis size. Cunningham was sentenced to 30 years after pleading guilty to murder, and an additional 5 years for possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. According to the affidavit obtained by WRDW, whoever that is, Cunningham claimed he had gone to meet Harrington to end their affair. He told investigators that she started to argue, told him his dick was little. He got frustrated and shot her in the back of the head as she entered an elevator.
He's a coward.
Yeah.
He's a coward. He should have shot her in the front of the head.
He should have, yeah.
He should have told her, turn around.
Mm-hmm.
You've been robbed. Wake up.
That's my shit.
Open the door.
Listen, bro. Against the grain, I am not the giant big fan.
Right.
It's not my.
I understand.
Not my cup of tea. But that song.
I love that song.
That song. Love that song.
Player, hater,
you've been robbed. I was watching the one little thing and they had like played the song that he like parodied that off of. It was like
for real?
Like some Shy Lights or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like and like when I heard it, I was like, yep, that's it. But like, if you know anything about Big, he was a bigger R&B head than a rapper head. Like he just happened to be talented at rap, but the nigga was.
You listen to all his beats. Majority of his beats is all R&B.
You listen to when they played all like the background, this nigga just be walking around saying, and he could sing.
Yeah.
Nigga be singing Jodeci and shit. The nigga he wasn't the best vocal, but the nigga could hold a tune.
Yeah.
He could hold a tune about as good as Drake can hold a tune. Like right now, he'd be able to do what's happening right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it just wasn't my. I ain't never been no giant fan of in New York East Coast rap, so wasn't. Of course, he got songs I like. Nigga was
Right.
too talented not to have songs that I like, but just to like, I don't know a bunch of B side shit.
I understand what you're saying.
But that song, that's my shit. That's my
Hey.
shit.
That's the shit, boy.
That's my shit. So yeah, that's but yeah, buddy. And like I said, he was a former deputy, so he
Oh,
knew
shit.
better than all that. Yeah, Jason Cunningham, man, told my man his dick was little, and he did not take that lightly.
Yeah. Itty bitty teeny weeny shriveled little short tort
Don't
man.
want no short man.
Don't want. Our the radio back in the day used to be crazy.
Man,
Pop that coochie.
yeah, yeah,
Now it's twerking.
yeah.
It's the better word
That's
for
what.
it.
That's what everybody be talking about, like the music being like worse off than it was back then. And I don't think it is. I just think like how there's the same way that there's no discernment or division in like coasts nowadays. Like we got full access to West Coast.
Down south,
The
Midwest.
the culture of it. The culture, like the only people, in my personal opinion, the only people who have been able to keep their culture engulfed in themselves is Texas.
Yeah.
Like the swangers and the chopped and
They,
screwed
they
music
even
and all that
brought
shit.
it out, but they.
But it's
contained.
still theirs.
Yeah.
Everyone else shit's kind of blurred, man. Like
Yeah,
niggas
like-
in the Midwest sound like they from down south. Niggas in New
from
York
New
sound
York
like they're
Times.
from Atlanta. Niggas
Yeah.
and like it's all blurred.
Yeah.
So I think like there used to be a divide in like radio video hits in
Mm-hmm.
underground, and now that there's
Something in
almost-
social media. You
well,
said.
there's almost no radio or video.
Right.
It's just one big playing field.
Yeah.
So we just hear all the nasty shit. Cause remember there used to be nigga when we was gonna do that song, put it in your mouth, was like the shit.
Yeah.
But like you had to go like buy the tape or this
Yeah,
little
you
mix
put-
CD.
yeah.
But now none of that shit exists. Anyone can type it in their phone and hit play.
Or it got play on the radio when they didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
Like
That too.
skeet, skeet, skeet. That was all over the radio.
Talking about nothing from the windows to the walls.
And they just playing it all over the
To
radio.
the sweat dropped down my balls.
Yeah.
All,
All
these
these
bitches
bitches
call. All ski. All ski. Goddamn.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
There's just no division, no discernment
Not
between.
anymore.
It's all one even playing field.
Hell
And
yeah.
unfortunately, that means that your kids are exposed to shit that they wouldn't be exposed to normally until they were able to discover underground shit.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point in time, when you start, like back in our era, when you were able to start buying mixtapes or start going to the record store by yourself, you could discover all this foul shit that was being said.
Yeah.
And now it's an
everywhere.
even
It's
playing
easy.
field. It's just right there.
Shit, you seen that video where the little white boy, he was in his room cleaning his room, listening to music, and his dad opened the door and was like, "What are you listening to?" And he was like, "It's Pop Smoke," like that. And he was like,
the Pop Smoke.
"Yeah." He was like, "Where did you hear this at?" He said, "I told the radio or Alexa." You know, I guess he was trying to look for like kids pop, but he must have said pop,
And the Alexa heard Pop.
and it brought up Pop
And
Smoke.
Pop Smoke was a nasty nigga.
Yeah. So his dad was like, "How do you know this guy?" He was like, "It's a type of music. It's a good type of music. I like it. It's music." But yeah, that's how you found it.
A lot of times, bro, with music, that beat is key, and then the words come secondary.
Words come second. You never hear the words until you listen to it over and over and over.
See, and that's why I was never a big fan of East Coast music, because most of the time
Their beats are not catchy.
their words were primary,
Yeah.
and the beat was secondary.
Yep.
And I am more influenced by Southern and West Coast rap
Right.
to where the
The beat is
beat
what is.
is necessity. The beat
Yeah.
is necessity.
And you
Necessity.
ride along with the beat.
And then the words come after that.
Right.
And then you can get champion for saying some fly shit on a hard beat.
Right.
But over there, you get champion for saying some
hard
fly
words.
shit on a whatever beat.
Mediocre beat.
Yeah.
Good.
And so, nigga, what my favorite little thing is that shit gets no play in my ride. Nigga, if this shit can't make my trunk do what it's supposed to do, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You could be saying the best shit in the land, bro.
Ah, yeah, they shit don't slap.
Yeah, man, because they don't.
Put no bass in it like that.
I get it. They don't drive,
Right.
and they don't have no like when they do drive, they don't have like a car culture because they
No.
don't drive much.
Right. Everything is transit. Transit.
Transit.
Transit.
So you go to like southern states and west coast and shit like that, motherfuckers spend a lot more time in the vehicle,
Right.
so they care more about how it sounds in the car.
Yeah.
They care more about how it sounds in the headphones. So it all makes sense
It does.
logistically.
But now everybody's on the same frequency.
Yeah, that's why you hear drill rap in New York, and even though that shit went from Chicago to down, and trap beats
Yeah.
are fucking everywhere.
Yeah. And there's two different types of trap.
Yeah,
So, because they got one for the hip hop and then they got one for the,
like
the
R&B
DJ,
and the
the
DJs.
DJs and shit. Yeah.
Mm,
It's just a collage of other music mixed over hip hop.
it's just a it's all a big giant blend.
Yeah, big. Yeah, basically that's how it is. But to wrap
That's
it
why
up,
I said. That's why I said. But real quick, that's why I said
Yeah.
about all this shit. Like people be saying we people be saying we like I said about like even the police shit,
Yeah.
violence in the world and shit like that, bro. It's not a vast overload of what we've already been going through.
right?
It's just a more visual experience of what we've been going through.
That's quicker.
It's quicker. Bro,
Yeah.
before, like I was telling my homeboy at the gym the other day, before, if some shit happened in Minnesota, it had to be crazy for it to get to us.
Hell yeah.
Unless you was one of them niggas that watched the world news shit.
Right. But other
If
than
you,
that,
if you watched the world news shit, you knew about all the fucked up shit that happened all the time because they was on everything.
Yeah.
The world news is usually 24 hours and they picking up everything they can pick up because they got 24 hours a day to fill with shit.
yeah, and that CNN and C-SPAN.
Yeah. But as far as regular news, bro, you just heard about what happened around you.
And cute and cuddly kittens.
And the paper was what happened around you and cute because if some shit happened in Minnesota, nigga, it had to be insane
Yeah.
for it to make it to Indianapolis news.
Like the Unabomber.
Yeah, some shit like that, like
That Timothy
Columbine
McVeigh
and this
shit,
and the
yeah.
third. I don't think we've got a crazy influx of school shootings. I just think they're talking about them more,
Yeah.
and we have access to it.
We just have access to it now. We just hearing about it now.
Yeah.
Instead of not hearing about it.
And the reason I say that is because if you talk to your average white person, like when they heard about Rodney King, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But in our neighborhood, we've been known they was kicking our ass.
Yeah.
And so
It was
now
on video.
you just see them kicking our ass. Like, oh my God, that's been happening. I was like, yeah, all my life.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like I was born into understanding cops will fuck you up.
Yeah, they think it's a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah, I was born into that. It's born
just
when
'cause
Rodney
we-
King happened in '92.
It's just because we can't sue and we not going to stand together.
Yeah. So now that they're saying like this really happens to y'all, yes. And that's why we have a disdain
Yeah,
for
yeah.
situations, and they're like, we can't believe that's really happening. It shouldn't me either. It shouldn't be. But unfortunately, it's part of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
With that being said, man, this is
Now, I got one more.
Oh, do you?
That's what I was trying to get to.
My bad, bro. I told you I'm
Yeah.
drunk.
I got petty food. And you're going to see why I call it that. Petty food.
Okay, listen.
Karate teacher threatened to toss teen out of class if she did not send him nude photos.
Nigga.
Yeah, it says a New Cumberland man has been arrested
We
on
might have to jump him, but let's go whoop him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we can catch him anytime. He ain't Spider-Man. He ain't going to have the tingles.
Okay.
Said, a New Cumberland, yeah, that's what it is. I don't even know where New Cumberland is, so they never stated where this was at. But it says a New Cumberland man has been arrested on accusations he sexually abused several teenage students at the martial arts studio where he worked. Uh, Devin Hogue, he's 23, at the 500 block of Ridge Road, had several inappropriate interactions with four teenage girls that, in some instances, escalated to sexual assault and indecent contact. Hogue, a karate instructor at Elite Martial Arts in New Cumberland, friended on Snapchat several of the underage girls he taught. Michael Bowen, a New Cumberland police officer, wrote in court documents. Hogue also led two girls to the kitchen of the Elite Martial Arts building to fondle them. Um, One of them said that Hogue told her about his relationships with other students. According to Bowen, it says Hogue asked another victim if they could have sex, and she turned him down. So instead, Hogue threatened to have her thrown out of the karate class if she did not send him nude photos. On one occasion, Hogue told one of the victims she was a better kisser than another. Another victim told police she did not want to kiss Hogue, but knew his family had money, so she kissed him. She said Hogue sent her sexually explicit images and told her to sit in the back of the class so they could sneak away to have alone time. Hogue asked the victims to send him nude photos and told them to delete their text messages and Snapchats.
Because he know he dead ass wrong.
Yeah, Bowen said that Hogue would refuse to be in a romantic relationship with the girls because of their age, but would still lead them off to fondle them in areas he knew.
Do stuff.
Yeah, there were no cameras. District Judge Paul Fagley.
So this nigga was teetering on the line of being a full blown.
Yeah,
he's still a predator.
He's still a predator,
but he wasn't. Sound like he wasn't actually fucking.
No.
But at that age,
he's still doing nasty
all
shit.
That shit is traumatic.
Hell yeah. Well, they never say how old these girls were either, but still, they still underage.
If they underage, it's still traumatic.
Yeah.
If you're an adult, you got a goddamn 40-year-old man fondling 16-year-old titties, nigga. It's a problem.
District Judge Paul Fagley arraigned Hogue on charges of sexual abuse of children, sexual contact by employee of a nonprofit organization, unlawful contact with minors, corruption of minors, indecent assault and indecent exposure, and a bail set at $75,000. He will remain in Cumberland County Prison until he posts bail or appears before a judge, Christopher Dales Lozier, for preliminary hearing June 8th. So my thing is like, usually in those type of situations, and I've never seen it where there was one instructor, there's always another instructor with you. So how is he getting away with that shit?
Sneaking off.
You know what I mean?
You know, everything can be done. It just will all come to the head.
Oh yeah. But you know,
that's one thing about man.
He's supposed to be a protector of the kids, and you out here.
That's one thing about that, man. I hate that because you know, like, I'm not the biggest fan of toxic masculinity, like being chastised in the world, because a lot of like masculinity needs to be. It needs to be in the world for shit to happen. Yeah, there needs to be gender.
The perfect balance,
but it needs to be gender roles. It says no matter how much motherfuckers believe it shouldn't be, but people that use like masculinity and power to do shit like that, are the sickest of the sick, man.
Yeah, he's sick as fuck, and he's only 23.
People, he's sick. People that use, especially people that use anybody that uses a position of power to get what they trying to get out of anyone.
Was he a judge, or what was that black man, where the lady came out and finally said that he was messing with her for years or whatever? And he threatened to fire her.
It was Buddy, the owner of BET, Bob Johnson.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Bob Johnson. Because Deborah Lee.
Yeah.
Finally came out. I was like, they had been in a fully participant relationship.
Yeah, sexual relationship.
But when she tried to leave it,
He was threatening her.
He was threatening her with his position of power to make her stay in it.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, that's crazy.
There's too much pussy in the world.
Why are you doing that?
It's fucking crazy, man.
And anybody that use any position of power, like, you got motherfuckers that be, like, a lot of this teacher shit, we not gonna act like motherfuckers ain't fucking for grades. And, you know what I'm saying? It's, bruh, shit. Just wild, man. Motherfuckers get to use their positions of power to do
Dictate shit.
like that to people. And I know for some odd reason people act like
Yeah, it's what it is.
for some odd reason, man, people act like they don't understand like how fucked up that can be. And I know
Nah, it's real fucked up. Man.
and like I know like at our age now, I know you've dealt with it also. At our age now, we tend to sometimes come into contact with women who are still like traumatically fucked up
Yeah,
from shit that happened to them when they was
younger. Yeah,
and like the lasting effect of this shit is real, bro.
yeah.
I spoke
real.
about my issues that I have with women because of the shit that happened to me when I was very young
Right.
on here, but like nigga, my lasting effects aren't as bad as like some of the things that I've experienced with women, but nigga, that shit's real. That shit's fucked up.
Nah, that shit's all the way fucked up. It does something to everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and the motherfuckers that participate in that shit on the taking end, I wish you nothing but the worst in life. I hope everything.
Because they
bad
know what they
happens to you.
doing, man.
Yeah, because you old enough to know what you old enough to know.
Even if you hurt, if you was somebody that was a victim of that,
And then you hurt, because they say hurt people
yeah,
hurt people.
hurt people hurt people.
And that ain't like, even like, just to throw a famous name out there because it makes sense for content. R. Kelly.
Yeah,
It came out that he was abused
Yeah.
by an older cousin or sister, and so he's a product of his environment. But nigga, you know, it's like people that are a bad dad because they had a bad dad.
right.
Why would you go be what you hated most in life?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
If you knew what you lacked your entire life growing up, why would you go be it? You should be the opposite of it.
Exactly. But hey,
The world works weird, man.
it's just a crazy world, man. That's why I choose not to feed into it no more.
You ain't
For
never
real.
lying. I told you, bro. I know about so much more shit that I normally wouldn't know of because we do this pod. Bro, if we didn't do this pod, I wouldn't know about a bunch of this shit.
Hell yeah.
Because I wouldn't even choose to entertain my day with this shit, bro. There's so much shit going on.
Man, there's too much shit going on.
That's
Too
why
much
we-
crazy shit.
That's why we try to sprinkle positivity into this motherfuckers who
Yeah.
just don't want to report on fuckery.
But everybody is more focused on the negative than they
Yeah.
are the positive. Like I said, back in the day, you used to get cute and cuddly kittens.
Yeah, cute and cuddly kittens.
You know
And
what
then the nigga that killed his
Yeah,
boss.
But then you don't get that no more. You just get
No.
everybody. This person got shot. This person was carjacked.
And they wonder why everybody mental all fucked up.
Yeah, because that's all they get is negativity.
Yeah. Bro, that shit plays a lot on you.
Yeah, a lot of stress.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking
Unbeknownst stress, too. Stress you don't even realize is happening because you don't even realize you just intertwining your daily life with this shit.
stress. True that. True that.
Hate to end it on a weird note, but that was 102.
Yeah, it's 102.
And we out here.
We made it past the hour and a half mark. Thank you, Eugene.
Yeah.
Gotta mess with you
Gotta
about
mess
that.
with you, Gene Bob. He been commenting on the last few
Oh yeah.
YouTube shows. Like, man, I really, especially when I released 99.5.
Yeah.
He said, man, I don't feel good about that being
Yeah, I saw
appearance
that.
on the- He said, I gotta come redeem
Come on
myself.
back.
I said, come on back, bro.
Come on back, man. It's gonna get better.
That whole shit was wild. That's why we had to do a real episode 100, man. It was, shit was wacky.
Hell yeah. Cal jumped over the moon, man.
Man, I jumped over the fucking moon, man. Hey, we out of here.
Hey, we out. Y'all have a good week. Like, subscribe, do all that good shit. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
And always, we appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one now.
Have a good one. Peace, peace.
Peace.